This is the first big retreat like this since I come here. I've been here for almost 2 years, so this is the first time that I have to turn like this in order to see our friends on this side, and then I have to turn this way to see our friends this side. So this is our great happiness. So thank you for coming. And so let us start with 3 songs of the bell. Dear respected time, dear brothers, sisters, and dear friends, welcome again to the Wake Up Retreat. I know that you come from different countries and you may have traveled a long way. So how are you now? Did you sleep well? Is it too cold? No? Warm? Oh. To me, the weather suddenly changed. I'm quite cold. So, did you rest well? Okay. Oh, seems everyone is so okay now. So, it was also the first time that we offered the chanting before the Dharma talk, because we have 8 brothers just arrived from Cambridge. So now we have 12 sisters and 8 brothers. We have a total number of 20. Therefore, we can offer you the chanting before the Dharma talk. And when I was chanting, I was looking at you all. So I looked from left to the right, and then the right to the left. And I saw you, wow, many of you were in deep concentration. Is it? That you were so concentrated. Close, with your eyes closed. But for me to start to talk, I like some warming up. So that I can see your smile. And then I can smile, because I'm just a reflection of you, and we are all a reflection of each other. So I really need your smile, so that I can smile. So thank you so much. So usually I would start a talk with sitting together. So although we have already sit together for a few minutes, being aware of our breath, I would also like to start by sitting with you for a few minutes. So you can sit very comfortably. You can have a smile on your face, otherwise I may feel you are falling asleep. So anyway, you can sit very comfortably. Choose a comfortable position to sit. With your back relaxed. With your body relaxed. Now we can bring our attention to our forehead and relax. Usually there may be tension in our 2 eyes, because nowadays we use a lot of our phone, electronic devices, etc. So now let us bring our attention to eyes and relax our two eyes. Relax our face. Bring our attention to our neck and feel it. Feel if there's any tension, tightness, and then we can relax. Feel our shoulders. If there is any heaviness that we have put on our shoulders, we can let it go and relax. We can even move our shoulders a little bit to let them relax. Now feel our chest, our abdomen. Is there any tension? We can relax. Now back. Upper back, lower back. Hold two arms. Our two hands, our fingers. Do we ever say hello to our fingers? Our two legs. Our 2 feet. And our toes. When our body is relaxed, we may naturally feel the lightness, the pleasant feeling, the feeling of joy. And this is the joy of meditation. And the joy of meditation is a kind of nourishment in our life, a kind of nutrition that we need. And sometimes we may also feel the pain in a particular part of our body, and it is okay. By relaxing the muscles, relaxing our body, we are taking care of it, and we are taking care of ourselves. And if there is any uncomfortable feeling in our body, we can put our hand on that part of the body and send it our love, our compassion, our care. And now we can be aware, come back to our breathing. Our breathing is always with us from the moment we were born. And it is always with us, no matter where we are. I'm aware that I'm breathing in. And am I aware that I'm breathing out? Enjoy breathing for a few times, and then we will listen to one sound of the bell. So dear friends, what we have been practicing together is called mindful breathing. And it is based on the discourse on the full awareness of breathing. So today I want to share with you the first 8 exercises in the discourse on the mindful breathing that we do every day. That when you come to Plumbush, you will hear it all the time, whether in the time that we sing, breathing in, breathing out, or in the guided sitting meditation, or when we do walking meditation, we always come back to our breath. So I will write on the board for you the first 8 exercises of the mindful breathing. Usually in our Dharma sharing, we will share a little bit about why we come here. And what we always hear from friends sometimes very often is, I feel so stressful. Or I need some peace. Or I'm experiencing something in my life that I want to make a big change. Or maybe just because you're traveling around Europe and Paris is a place that you don't want to miss. But we all have different reasons that we come here. But we also have things that are in common. Because I think all of us want to be happy, peaceful, not too stressful. We want to know how to take care of ourselves. And we also want to know how to take care of our loved ones. Because sometimes to maintain a very harmonious relationship with our loved ones is not always easy. But we all have a very good intention. We all want to love ourselves and we all want to love the people around us. So when I look at the topic of this retreat, cultivating resilience, the first thing in my mind is about what? About what? But this part I will leave it to the other brothers and sisters to share with you more. Today I will just talk to you about some basic practices. So the first 4 exercises is about our body. So the first one is breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. That means we bring our awareness back to our breathing. We breathe all the time, but sometimes we are not aware that we are breathing, because if no one share with you the practices of mindful breathing, then we just not pay attention to it. But why we need to be aware of our breathing? Because sometimes our mind can be in all directions, and it is very quick, very, very quick. It can be in the past, it can be in the future, and it can be anywhere. You don't need to buy an air ticket. It can be in New York, it can be in Italy. But sometimes our mind gets dispersed and we feel tired. And breathing is a bridge to bring our mind back to our body. And when we bring our mind back to our body, we bring our mind back to the present moment. Because your body is in the present moment, your body is in the here and now. If your body wants to go to Italy, you need to plan a little bit. But if your mind wants to go to Italy right away. But if our mind is always not with our body, then how can we be truly alive? How can we be truly present for ourselves and for our loved ones? Did you ever meet anyone that they're talking to you, but you know they are not there? But sometimes we also are like that. Sometimes when my sister comes to talk to me, ask me something, actually my mind is thinking about, I want to do something else. So very often, we have children program in Palm Village, children and teens program. Sometimes the children, they really want the presence of the parents, that they want the parents to be truly with them. They want, when they show their father their drawing from school, they want their father to be truly there and not just say, oh, nice, son. So if we want to love someone, we have to be truly present. We have to be here and we have to offer our presence. So the first exercises is in and out. So by coming to your breathing, you are bringing your mind back to the present moment and you are dwelling in the present moment. Sometimes our mind goes to the past and sometimes something happened and it can stay and disturb us for a very long time. It can be 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, 10 years, or even longer than that. So slowly we come here, we train ourselves to bring our mind back to the present moment so that we can be free from that imprisonment of just maybe something happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and it's still disturbing us a lot. And about the future. There were a period of time in my life that I'm always living in the past because I couldn't forgive or couldn't let go of someone saying something or someone doing something. It's always in my mind. And the more I resist it, the more it's in my mind. So resistance doesn't help. You want to fight it, it doesn't help. But by bringing our attention to our breathing, it helps. That we can slowly train ourselves, come back to the present moment again and again and again. So for our friend who is new, maybe this is something new to you, but you can try. And there are periods of time in my life that I'm always in the future because I want to solve everything. I see problems. But anyway, sometimes it just depends on how we see things. Sometimes we think, oh, I want to fix everything. I want to fix this and I want to fix that. But actually, we can ask, is that the most important thing in your life? Is that the most important thing in my life? But sometimes I know it's not, but my mind cannot be free from it. So what do we do now? We bring our attention back again to the present moment so that if we can take care of the present moment, we can create a beautiful future. But if we are always in the future, we sacrifice the present moment. So the first exercises is in and out, bringing our attention back to our breathing. Just be aware of our breathing. When we breathe in, we know we are breathing in. When we breathe out, we know we are breathing out. And the second exercise is breathing in a long breath. I know I'm breathing in a long breath. And breathing out a long breath. I know I'm breathing out a long breath. And breathing in a short breath. I know I'm breathing in a short breath. Breathing out a long breath. A short breath. I know I'm breathing out a short breath. So this is not asking us to measure how long it is. We don't need to. And there's no definition of like how many seconds. So this is not what we do have. But by coming back to our breathing, we naturally, our breathing becomes slower, deeper, and that is something very natural. So this exercises is to be aware of our breathing. Is it becoming deeper, slower? When we start to practice, is it very short? So this is just, again, to be aware of our breath, how it is now. So this is the second exercise. And the third exercise. So aware of our whole body. So we have just done it. Bringing our attention to our whole body. Is there pain? Is there some tightness, tension? And by bringing your attention to it, it will naturally relax. So this is the exercises that we bring our attention back to our whole body. And again, when we bring our attention back to our whole body, means we are bringing our mind back to the present moment. Okay, and then the fourth exercise. And this also happens naturally because by relaxing your muscles, your body calms down. So this is the first part of the exercises that it is about bringing our attention back to our breath, our whole body. And naturally, when we bring attention back to our whole body, we relax our muscles and we relax our whole body. This is what you can do when you come to sitting. You don't need to wait for anybody. And this is what I do when I'm in the metro. So I just came back. So I just came back from Hong Kong, where I came from, and when I was in the metro, it's like 4 seats or 5 seats, 5 seats, one here, 5 seats, and someone standing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the cell phone. But I never take out my phone when I'm in the metro because that's the best time. I don't have anything to do. That's the time for me to come back to in and out, or I just simply relax my whole body so that my eyes will not be too tired. Sometimes when I am not very aware, so I have my phone and then I do, and then my whole arm is so painful. So when I'm in the metro, this is what I do. Do you drive? There is red light, maybe 20 seconds, 10 seconds, and you can relax also. And before we start the engine, we can also relax. So this is wherever you sit down, you can do. It doesn't mean that you have to sit down, by the way. It doesn't mean that you can sit down. Okay, when you go to serve food, you need to line up. Okay, you can do it. And in the past, when I went to supermarket, the thing I hated most is to line up. I always have my eyes left and right. Oh, this line seems to be quicker, and then I move there. And then that line seems to be quicker, I want to move there. Never enjoying. But why not? When you go to supermarket, you can practice it. No need to have extra time. So there's 2 benefits. One is you bring your mind back to the present moment, and the second is I will not feel tired just by looking all around and see which line will get quicker. But at the end, if I move and then end up I didn't get quicker, then I was, oh my dear. So you can practice it wherever you are. Doesn't mean that you have to sit down with a cushion and mats. Sometimes, okay, in your workplace with your colleague, if they say something, oh my, it's not what you like to hear, okay, come back. In and out, in and out. That will help you. Or sometimes really stressful. You can also come back to your breathing and your body. There are many students, they went before. Some students they share with us it is very stressful in university. And then if they do it, they find it is much easier to prepare for examination. Okay? You want to try it today when you line up to get food? Okay? Second set of exercise. Feeling joy. So it is also very natural. It's not that someone telling you that you need to be joyful. It's not about someone telling you. It's a natural state. If you go through coming back to your breathing and you relax your whole body, it is something natural that you feel more pleasant than when your muscles are very tight. Is it? like that, by relaxing your muscles, it is a more pleasant feeling than when my muscles are all tight. So just then I asked you, did you feel cold? Because this morning, when I came from our house to here for the sitting meditation, I was so cold that all my muscle was tensed up. And then I felt I was so cold, because I didn't expect it to be cold, so cold, because in the past week it wasn't this cold. So when my muscles were all tensed up, I didn't feel very pleasant. But when I come back to a warm place, my muscles all relaxed. It is a very natural, pleasant feeling. It's not about getting something outside. Okay? So, and then feeling happy. It is also the fruit of meditation that we feel more pleasant, we feel more at ease. But it doesn't mean that during your 5 days stay here, no unpleasant feeling will come up. It doesn't mean that, huh? Because sometimes in our body and mind, there are accumulated feelings of pain, of suffering, of something happened in the past that really is disturbing us. So it will not disappear. But what I'm talking about, this feeling of joy and happiness, is the feeling of, oh, I'm coming down at the present moment. So I'm taking care of myself. So this is a natural feeling of joy and happiness. And then, okay, do you have the question, what is the difference between joy and happy? Why I feel joy and then I feel happy? Well, this is in Buddhism. There's a little difference between joy and happiness. So for joy is a feeling of like, wow, I come here for a retreat and I feel joyful. I have a lot of friends and I meet new friends. So usually, I don't know how, this is just the second day, huh? Usually we see friends, slowly, they start to talk to many friends and they are so joyful. So this is this kind of joy that I meet new friends. Oh, where are you from? Oh, wow, I really like, I shouldn't say particular place, huh? Because you're from many countries. Okay, so this is the kind of joy, a little bit excitement, a little bit excited of meeting new friends, of coming to even a retreat can have a little bit of excitement. But slowly, when we practice, we become more peaceful. So in Buddhism, the joy that we are talking about has a little bit more excitement. And when we continue to practice, we become more peaceful. So this is more peaceful. So our teacher used to use an example. So when we are in a desert and we saw water and we see water, right away you feel excited, kind of like feeling that, wow, I see water. But when you go there and finally you take the water and you drink it, it's a peaceful and pleasant feeling, and that is happiness. So this is just one example. And this joy and happiness doesn't come from outside of you. You know, when we want something outside to make us happy, it doesn't always happen. Even if we plan it, even if we try 100%, it doesn't always happen, right? So sometimes we have to come back to cultivate our inner joy and happiness. So we do not 100% depend on something outside of us. Of course, our joy and happiness, to a certain extent, it really related to something, our environment. Of course, if I don't have food to eat for 2 days and then I have food, of course, that is kind of joy and happiness. And of course, if you come, many people come and say, wow, vegetarian food can be so tasty. Well, it also brings happiness. But we cannot 100% depend on something outside of us. Otherwise, sometimes we feel we cannot get what we want. So this is to cultivate our inner joy and inner happiness and inner peace. And from this, you have inner strength. Inner strength. You know? Okay, inner strength. Because I will talk more about how sometimes our feeling and emotions are being triggered. Okay, later. Aware of our feelings, calming our feelings. So, just then we talked about the pleasant feeling of meditation. And now we come to be aware of your feelings, aware of your mental states, your mental formations. Because, as I have said, when you come here, you have feelings accumulate. I mean, you have different things already accumulated in your mind. Maybe when I start to feel this, maybe it's the sadness of losing someone, or maybe it's the anger that I have been experiencing, or it may be some many different kind of mental formations, mental state of mind. So why we need to cultivate a little bit of joy and happiness, or we need to feel the joy and happiness before going to aware of your feelings. This is because I, sometimes we have pain, and sometimes our suffering can be big. When we are not prepared, when we right away go deep into it, it can be overwhelming. So that's why we start by preparing ourselves before we go to see what is there. Sometimes we are afraid to see what is there actually, so that we continue to look at the phone, Wi-Fi, or movies, or drinking. Sometimes we have to prepare a little bit so that we are able to see what is there and to take care of it. So there's an example of like a person who needs to go through a surgery, but if he or she is too weak, he cannot. The doctor will not let him or her do the surgery. There may be some preparation needed to make him or her stronger so that they can go through that surgery. There may be some resting or some treatment. So we acknowledge that there is a pain and suffering in our life, but we also acknowledge that there is joy and happiness and peace in our life, so that we will not sink in one side. So this is a preparation and also the awareness that there may be pain, but there is also beautiful things in our life. There is wonderful things in our life. So when we will do walking meditation, we will see beautiful nature. Trees are here for us, and the blue sky and the white clouds are here for us. All this can be nourishing our mind and our body. So this is why the exercises is first feel the joy of meditation, and then we go to be aware of our feelings. We have a lot of feelings and emotions, and the feelings can be so quick. Sometimes it's the feelings that decide what we think, what we do, and what we say. Okay, we say there is three action. Now, three kind of action. Three kind of action. That is our thinking, our speech, and our bodily action. Sometimes our feeling is so quick that they push you to say something. Or it is so strong that you continue to make you suffer. So by coming back to your body and mind, actually we are slowing down our body and mind. So when you come here, you know that we walk slowly. We walk a little bit slowly, a little bit slow, and we eat a little bit slow. Because sometimes our mind is so quick that we cannot grasp it. We cannot be clear about what is actually inside. But by slowing down our body reaction, actually we are also slowing down our mind so that we can see it clearly, so that we can have more clarity, and so that there is space between I feel angry and then I say something. Or I feel something, I don't say something, but I'm suppressing the anger, so I'm hurting myself. So by coming back to our breath and our body, there's a space. Okay, there's a space between, so that I can actually calm a little bit of my body and my mind, so that I will not either say something or I suppress it, but you're just aware of it. Oh, now my anger is arising, I can take care of it. There's a difference. There's a difference between you're suppressing or you're aware and you are taking care of it. But during the coming days, we will spend more time on it. Okay, so now can we listen to one sound of the bell? So I want to tell you that there are actually two parts in the meditation. The one part is we call stopping, and then the other part we call it looking deeply. But there is a different translation. It's different translation. There are people who translate it to calm meditation and tranquility. And then there's many people call it insight meditation. So why we need to stop? Actually, I have just shared with you that because if we don't slow down, our non-stop thinking will continue to disturb us. So by coming back to our breathing and our body, actually, do you know you make a lot of decisions every day? What to say, even what to think. You're making decision what to think. Do I need to continue to think of that person that I'm angry with? Do I need to? Do you want to? Do you want to? You don't want to. But sometimes if I don't want to, I continue to think about that person. So by practicing all these exercises, you are giving it a space so that slowly, slowly you train yourself to come back to the present moment so that our attention will not be kind of like so that we can make a choice. I come back to my breathing and I'm calm enough, and then I can continue to dwell in the present moment. I don't need to always think of that person. So this is the side of calming. And as I have said, when you calm your body, actually it is easier to see what is happening. Because sometimes if our mind is so quick and our feeling is so strong that you cannot really see what is happening, that we are just being kind of like cannot come out of our feelings and perception. Sometimes our perception is not very correct. It's just a way of seeing things. Okay, so, and then by looking deeply, actually we understand what is happening in us and what is happening around us. Okay, I want to give you an example. Do you have any questions first? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? No? Okay, I want to give you an example. So, recently, okay, before I give you this example, I need to say something. Okay, because usually what triggered your strong feeling? Can you name something? Usually what triggered your strong feeling of sadness, anger, emotions? What triggered you? Huh? Mm-hmm. Unfair. Okay, yes, of course. Yes. Mm. Yes. So, you hear something unfair? You see something unfair? Is it like that? Okay. So the first thing trigger you is what you see. Okay? So our eyes. Through our eyes, we see something. I have countless examples of this. Even in a temple light, it's so peaceful. There's also can be things that when I see, I feel, but it is something small. Sometimes our teachers say if we are living in a temple, this kind of suffering is like the suffering in a bowl of soup. But no matter what, in our eyes, it is big. I think nowadays we sit here, we have enough food to eat, and we are not in danger. We are not in a war zone. But there are still things disturbing us, isn't it? So there is one thing, there's one example that I always think of because when we this is a small center, huh? And we have a bigger center in the southern France that is bigger, that has like more than 100 monastics. And one time, our teachers say, because we usually have a monastic day in the place where our teachers stay, okay, and all the brothers and sisters would go there. And then one time after the monastic day, our teacher said, "Oh, yesterday after the monastic day, I saw a few dirty bowls left behind, so I took it to wash it, and I'm so happy to wash the left bowls, dirty bowls." And then right away, some of our sisters we were saying, "Okay, our teacher, if you wash it one time, you are happy, but if you always see the dirty bowls left over, you may not feel happy." So this is from our perception. But of course, maybe our teacher will still be very happy, but it is something in our mind that feels unfair. Even just leaving the dirty bowls for other people to wash. Because when I'm in the bigger Sangha, there are a lot of cups around because we are so happy. We talk to friends and then we go away. But I really see that there are sisters who go around, collect those cups and wash them very happily. But I'm not that person. So I'm just telling you that actually it's not about big things in the world. Sometimes things disturbing us can be very small, but it still disturbs us because actually our life is pretty stable. We have work and we have food, we have water. If we are sick, there are doctors. But no matter how your life situation is, there can still be things that disturb us. Okay, I have to be quicker. Eyes or your ears. Oh, this happened a lot. Is it? Someone say something. Fire, fire. So it comes from our listening. But there are sometimes that we deliberately choose to see a certain movie or listen to some songs. And then those songs may water our sadness, or those movies water the seeds of violence. So you have to be careful about what you choose. Of course, sometimes when your colleague says something, you cannot choose what he say, but there are things you can choose. What movie you watch, or what conversation you want to be involved in. These are the things you can choose. So this is the second thing that can trigger us, is when we hear something. So we can make choices. Maybe not 100%, but usually there are a lot of things we can choose. Maybe we don't listen to those songs that create a lot of sadness, or a lot of kind of restlessness. Anyway, you can choose. Our nose. When we smell something, and our tongue. When we taste something, wow, this, of course, we sometimes we can choose some food that is very delicious, but may not be good for you. So you see, whole day long you are making decisions, whether you're aware of it or not. Do you want to put that in your mouth? You're making a decision. But sometimes we are like in an autopilot, autopilot, autopilot. Autopilot governed by what? By advertising? Sometimes when there's a lot of advertising about something, or you think, oh, this is nice, that is nice. Or by peer conversation, many things. You're making your decisions. So by coming to a retreat, you cultivate your awareness so that you can make your decisions with awareness and not on an autopilot, or not too much being following what is outside of you without your awareness. And your body. Okay, and okay. So, of course, we all want to choose something that makes us feel pleasant, right? So actually, all this can trigger you. For example, your body, if we come here, we guide you to do a total relaxation, that may makes you feel joyful and happy. So we can actually make conscious decision in our life if we cultivate awareness and give ourselves some little space. And then is the consciousness. Well, many things are stored in many things, everything stored in our consciousness. What happened 3 years ago, 10 years ago, or a book that I have read, and everything, it is already in us. So recently I'm sharing one chapter of a book with some friends. So this is about free will. Free will. Free will to choose. So in that chapter, our teachers say free will comes from mindfulness, concentration, and insight. That is what I have been sharing during this whole hour. Cultivate our awareness so that we can give us space, so that we can make a decision. Because without mindfulness, sometimes we think we are making a decision, but actually is maybe is the feeling that is pushing us. maybe we are controlled by our feelings, or we are controlled by the things that other people say. When other people say something, right away your fire come up. or sometimes we feel hurt. Many different feelings. But by cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and insight, we are more capable of making decisions, conscious decision. So when we go into a shop, you see many colors, many styles of different clothes. Do you think it's you choose that particular jacket or the jacket chose you? Have you ever thought about it? Like I want to buy a phone. Is the phone choose you or I choose the phone? So because there's so many things happening around us. Like I have when I was in Hong Kong, I played with my niece because my niece schoolmates have that particular pair of sports shoes, so she really wanted that particular sports shoes. Or there are young people who, okay, one time my niece want to ask my sister buy her a new phone, the newest phone, and what she told my sister is, if I don't have this new phone, how can I be with my friends? Well, that is what the advertising say you need that to be a certain kind of person. And anyway, my sister bought her the phone. Wow, who say that you must have that phone in order to be with your friends? Who say it? But there's so many things like that in our life. Who say that that person say, oh, your jacket doesn't look nice, and then you need to feel hurt. Who say that? You must feel hurt because there are hundreds of reasons why she doesn't like the jacket. Maybe that jacket brings her back to some memory or something. We don't know. But who say to you that you must have that phone? Who say to you that you must get angry when you see that person? No one. No one. So please cultivate our awareness together so that we can make decisions for our life. Because sometimes just by wanting to live a happy life, that doesn't automatically happen. Just by wanting to be loving and caring, that doesn't automatically happen. Because fire still comes up. So please, together we cultivate our awareness and we bring back the practices to your home so that we can make decisions about your life. Do you have dreams? I mean, not when you're sleeping, not that kind of dreams. Do you have dreams that you want to realize? Okay, please cultivate our awareness so that we can make decisions. We are making decisions every day, every moment. Because even if you are sitting here, you can choose to sleep, isn't it? You can choose to sleep. I will not come to you. Okay. Or you can choose to think, oh, what the sister is talking about, I don't understand. Okay, that's possible, but you make your own decision. Life is precious. So please enjoy our time together. And I want to sing a song to end the talk. It's called, anyone know some Plumblish song? Some? No? Okay. Then I must pass the mic to someone to sing together with me. Then sister, yeah, to have other people. So this song is called Cultivate Joy. Okay?
Cultivate joy, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seeds of joy among gloom and despair. Cultivate joy, and joy will be there. Cultivate joy, and joy will be there. Cultivate peace, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seed of peace among hate and fear. Cultivate peace, and peace will appear. Cultivate peace, and peace will appear. Cultivate love, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seeds of love among hot and cold. Cultivate love, and love will take hold. Cultivate love, and love will take hold.
Okay, one more time.
Cultivate joy, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seeds of joy among gloom and despair. Cultivate joy, and joy will be there. Cultivate joy, and joy will be there. Cultivate peace, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seed of peace among hate and fear. Cultivate peace, and peace will appear. Cultivate peace, and peace will appear. Cultivate love, hour by hour, smile by smile, flower by flower. Sow seed of love among hot and cold. Cultivate love, and love will take hold. Cultivate love, and love will take hold.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Jenna. Beautiful sister. And thank you very much for being together. And now we are going to cultivate joy, and cultivate peace, and cultivate love by walking meditation. Thank you very much.